Yes.
It's so good.
It adds the fact that it's OJ really adds.
That's
Yeah,
that's a new layer.
Oh yeah, well he when I was on Twitter, he had the craziest Twitter for a while where he was like, he'd be like, "Hey, Twitter world," like.
Run and get the sheriff.
It's the Cowboy Crew.
I love duck and chips.
We love duck and chips.
We love the startled and chips. We're quackers for it. Yeah, family.
I turned on the internet, yeah, and I played the theme song.
Yeah, we're live, right?
You gotta like give us a countdown or something, man.
We have the least engaging intros because we have no idea that it's happening.
He does this for every single streaming show.
Well, like like it takes a second. There's kind of a gray area when are you on? Are you not on?
But you could say that you are putting us on.
Just say I'm gonna hit it now. I mean, I thought we were on. That's why I did the OJ.
Pretty sure that as soon as you hit the start button.
I hit start in the middle of the OJ content. And then, how long does it take for it to really get going? And then there was the theme song, so you should definitely to as many of the OJs as you can.
I got a theme song for you.
What's that?
Short.
All that we heard was ba-bow. No, we're not getting the song.
Yeah.
The song is cutting in and out.
Yeah, we got like just a tiny bit of that.
Yeah.
I wonder if it sounds good in the stream. Who knows? Well, it's a British song.
Okay, let's do this now. Our cold opens are going.
Like dun 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 dun. That one.
Is that Pomp and Circumstance?
No, it's not Pomp and Circumstance. It's Hail Britannia. I didn't know what it was called. I thought it was God Save the Queen. Well, I'm drinking an ice cold Coca-Cola tonight. I'm not sponsored by Coca-Cola, but if you want to hit me up, hit my line. I love Coca-Cola in a can. Yeah.
Well, we are.
For man myself, so
You're what? You're a Mountain Dew man.
Mountain Dew, fuck that.
I'm a Mountain Dew man myself.
I said Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper is damn good. I'll tell you what, Diet Dr. Pepper, pretty damn good too.
I'm gonna flip this table.
No, you're not. Look at that compliment.
I won't. It's
I'm gonna fuck up my own house.
Well, what a cool revenge that would be.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah.
Isn't that what most people do when they flip
Yeah,
out?
I was like,
fuck up their own shit in their own home.
Yeah.
It's sad.
It's true.
It is
but you know who's not gonna flip out and fuck anything up in their own home? Hash Granny.
Oh no! Yeah, I love her so much.
I thought she could have gone the whole distance.
Yeah,
I've never seen someone get removed from the show and just be like, I can't be sad.
No, actually, we're lighting one up for her.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think it's like last week it really worked to her advantage that she was able to get the exact zone to really down the center, but this week it worked against her.
Yeah. 2 top of the technical, and then this week, very last.
Yeah,
Wait,
it's a shame.
But this was another, the moment that it turned on and they were like, we're going to do a cookie lattice. We were both like, these stupid motherfuckers are never going to be able to do that. And at this point, we all know it.
It was kind of a shock that Lottie made one of the best ones.
Yeah, I was surprised, especially when she started just throwing on that jizz sugar stuff she was just slapping it on there.
I know.
But she also just didn't do what she was supposed to do as well. She made
that happened. Yeah, that happened That happened with Hash Granny too.
They thrive on small amounts of rebellion.
Yeah, Hash Granny didn't do the little in the what is it?
Right, she just made samosas.
Yeah. Which also she went to Goa. She is a pro. That's the hippie spot for British people.
Oh, and she was also gonna make a yin yang on them.
Yeah.
was a
I love
karma
that.
symbol.
She likes to dance to trance on the beach in Southeast
I know,
Asia.
She said Goa. I was like, get the fuck out of here.
She's listening to Psytrance with glow sticks.
Yeah, fucking Goa Gill.
She probably is doing that literally right now.
Definitely.
She
The
is.
British people call the yin yang the karma symbol. Is that what?
Oh.
Is that what I
Is that a
learned?
thing?
She called it a karma
Fucking yin
symbol.
yang. Right?
What?
I mean, she didn't do it. So.
She didn't do it, but she definitely meant a yin yang. She definitely meant a yin yang.
Yes, it only kind of half looked like a yin yang in the conceptual drawing for it. I was like, I don't know that symbol.
Well, it was
looked
done in
some
like
kind of a
weird, like,
glyph.
Just like one stroke.
I think it's like a
endless knots. I think. Or,
Well, she was never gonna fucking make that out of little.
I mean, the drawing looked like a yin yang.
Yeah,
Maybe she meant something else.
Good job, bud. You got it.
Are you wearing a Mortal Kombat shirt?
He's wearing.
Hell yes.
Dun, 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 dun. Hell yeah, yeah.
Yes. Thank God that there's sound effects now.
I
Like this
also.
was-
Jeffrey Tubin? At least Pee Wee Herman was in an X-rated movie theater. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So also the word pasty is gross.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It was
Pasty is
awful.
gross. Crim pat is also gross.
Yes.
And they said those two words / phrases over and over again.
Yeah, I feel like Prue was like almost gleeful in her assignment of those eclairs. She was like, everybody should know how to make these. If they
Oh
can.
my god.
Is it
Yeah.
as a pastry adjacent professional? Is it hard to make eclairs or is it easy?
I don't know. You know, like I've baked bread a bunch, but like I've never gotten into like desserts and making desserts. And
Yeah, I mean, it
but
seems like
I think those kind of doughs are like they're really temperamental and like they have to be very specific. They're like a science experiment where like the butter has to be a certain temperature. Like when it goes in the oven, the butter still should be like solid and pastries and stuff. That's why you like fold it in. So
Yeah.
if it sits out and melts, it's gonna be like some of theirs.
Yeah.
Well, because with the eclairs, it was another thing where it was like everybody fucked it up so terribly, and it was just a matter of like who fucked.
Except for Perfect Boy, wasn't it?
Howdy Doody's back.
Yeah.
He did
Wesley
those-
Crusher's getting straight A's again.
Oh yeah. He did.
Also,
Wesley Crutch.
his face when they were eating his cage pie,
Uh huh.
he did the most. He had a like.
Yeah, he looked really.
He
rough.
had the most like concerning fucking thing going on with his whole butt.
Hamish straight up looked like a dog who knows he's about to be put to sleep this whole episode.
Like,
He's like, they're gonna take me to the vet. My balls are coming off, aren't they?
They do not. They were like they
They
must
bar-
be cutting Hamish out.
They barely put him in the
He's
show.
never
yeah.
in this show. I think every time they go over to Hamish, they're like, "Hey, Hamish, what are you making?" And he's like, I was making a pie and it reminded me of my wife's death. And then they're like, oh, okay, cool.
Whoa.
And then they just leave and never come back. And then like next episode, they're like, hey man, like what are you working on? He's like, yeah, I'm just folding the butter into this. And it reminded
feel
me
like-
of my accident.
I feel like
And they just
yeah.
fucking leave.
I feel like Hamish is one of those contestants who, if this was still the Mel and Sue era, they would have really known what to do with him. And like Noel and Matt or Noel and Sandy would just have no way of
Too
being
weird,
able
too
to
sad.
interact with them. But Mel and Sue were so warm and fuzzy with everyone that I think that they probably would have really befriended him in a way that we cannot see in 2020.
Which,
Yeah,
by
no,
the way, Noel and Matt were really vibing together.
Yeah.
So-
They're hitting their stride. They're getting good.
Yeah.
They are too good for every other part of
Yeah.
this season.
Yeah,
Like,
they're like out there having fun and being themselves for sure.
Yeah, they don't give a shit. They're in full zero fucks mode.
Yeah, no fucks given.
And everyone else is like, I don't know. I guess it's cool that I'm here or something.
I can't.
There's no passion.
This is so, like, even though we watched it an hour ago, I already have trouble remembering, like, what the fuck did they even do? They made
the middle. Wait, the
pies.
first one was the
Cornish pasty.
Pasties. What was in the middle?
They all put different shit in
Oh,
them.
eclairs,
Fish.
and then the
They did a lot
eclairs,
of
and then the
things,
cart.
fish
Yeah.
and rice. They were doing a lot of, hey, this is a pastry. I'm going to fill it up with fish and also with rice.
Yeah.
And
Multiple
then
fish
like,
and rice.
Fish and rice.
fish and rice isn't that combo on its own, but fish and rice in one case also cream inside of like basically like a toaster strudel seems a little fucked up.
Hey,
That's toaster strudel.
I was not.
I did think that the fish looked really cool, and
Yeah.
I like
Got pretty good.
You know what though? That child did not once talk about.
He didn't talk
His
about his
brother.
brother at all.
He did not reference his brother, and he did not
They have
reference
separate
his
lives.
brother's gluten
they do
intolerance.
not have separate lives.
I think it's that he realized
Fat.
that he was being too thirsty because last time he talked to his brother on the phone, he was being a little bit distant. So he was like, I should take some space. But that brother was cheating on him.
Yeah.
Oh.
Weeks. There's no way that he's waiting. The brother's much better looking than he is.
Yeah, and it's with like a beautiful, noble girl.
Yeah, you think?
Who he's not related to.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Getting some dirty COVID trade.
She's from this century.
Yeah,
She is not dead.
it probably is a beautiful, noble girl. She's probably like a handsome track and field woman.
And she has one
Star
single
Trek.
perfectly placed mole on her head.
Yeah, it's that kind of thing.
And Howdy Doody has to
And
be
he-
like, how can I compete? It's not fair. How can I
moles are
compete?
weird.
She has just one mole, and it's exactly right.
And he has several moles that
But see-
are not right at all.
But here's the thing is,
He got hit in the face with a handful of moles at some point.
now let's be fair. That was a scant palm, carelessly scattered.
Maybe that's why he's so pale too. Like he has to stay out of the sun.
Oh, because any
less.
One of
They
those
They
is
start
gonna
connecting.
fall for melanoma.
Yeah, he's just inches away from cancer.
Yeah, you can't be too careful.
Right, and then
Oh.
if that happens, then we'll have to do what we do to Hamish: take him out behind the barn, and shoot him.
Desperate. I would love to see the uncut footage because they must be going over to Hamish and doing things with him.
Yeah.
And it must just be that, like, all of it, when they were editing the show, they were like, oh my god, we can't use any of this.
What if he's just swearing? What if he's just like, fuck, fuck, oh,
I
fuck,
wish
fucking
they
shit,
would-
fuck.
Did they ever release behind the scenes like B-reel footage at the end of seasons? Because I was thinking it would be cool to like if they made the show about the quarantine too. They're like hanging out and shit. You know, they should have factored that in because it's
Yeah,
not normal.
they should've busted out.
They're dealing with the new normal. You know.
I just really think that Hamish every time is just like, as he's doing something, he's like making icing and he's like, this is just like the night of my accident. And then they're like, oh my god, either or he breaks down in tears really easily, but over stuff that's distressing.
Maybe
Like,
he's
not
just always
over-
crying.
I feel like that's maybe the thing where it's like the first couple times maybe he's tearing up, it's like he loves his kids so much.
Maybe
but now
he's
that's
just
happened, like,
really
multiple
fucked
times.
all the rest of the time. Like he's just like the weirdest dude. Like he's hard to be around. And he
Yeah,
smells bad. And he smells bad.
He's coming
What
up.
if he has like dragon breath?
What are you working on?
You got some dragon breath.
I feel like Ermine is also not really in it a lot, but they only ever cut to her when she says something super weird.
Yeah. You've been like, I have no idea what I'm doing, and I didn't follow the recipe, so I hope it turns out. And of course, it's fine, but like, she's
Yeah, like she
I don't know what I just made.
totally fine, but every shot of her like just talking, she just says something ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
I think there was something where they
Because she's fucking blazed.
I think she might be.
Ermine and Masquerade
But
fucking hanging out.
There was one thing, like maybe after she did good on the first one, and like for her little interview moment, he said something like, "That was the most," and then they just cut away. It was
I think I missed that. Oh.
I hate to cut to something that was at the very end, but it's really sticking in my craw.
Get it out. Get it out in the air.
Every time that Prue ate one of those little pies, she'd take a pie spice up in her hand and she'd cram them fingers down.
Yes, I totally saw that.
Take a bite.
I was like, damn, Prue, what that mouth do?
Fuck.
Actually, use a fork.
They have forks.
No, I totally picked up on that too. She was like, whoa.
What
Honestly,
kind of fucking monster?
As weird as that was, if you go back and watch any of the seasons where Mary Berry is still on, watching that woman eat with her papery lizard tongue is a true
She
nightmare.
had a small eye mouth. Just trying to put little bites into a very exactly like Ryan is doing. Just a small, dry mouth, and even though it's dry, just a crumb will stick to it with nothing.
She's always putting things to the side, like never just like in the front.
Never
like,
in the front.
She's always like,
always in the dry little side.
So weird.
Probably because on the other side of her mouth, she's got like a dead tooth. She doesn't want to bite into anything too hard.
A dead tooth and a canker sore.
Yeah, I mean, decades of being a pastry chef in England.
Yeah, that's
probably
Eating a lot of sweets. Yeah.
Hell on your teeth.
Well, go ahead.
No, you go.
I was gonna say for the tarts, they were so happy with Peter the Perfect Boy.
Mm-hmm.
They were, and I realized that the Perfect Boy gets to go to Paul and Prue's secret good boy tea party. Just for him. They have a good boy tea party.
They really liked his.
All have a fancy little sit down tea and some crumpets.
They really liked his dumb-looking random lattice.
Yeah.
It was pretty good for given like people's general lack of like presentation skills. That one was pretty good.
It at least had structural integrity. So.
It had little embellishments. It wasn't too plain.
But also a caged tart.
This is
kind of weird. Like, I don't know. Like,
this is my fucking point.
It's like a go-go game.
The whole idea of the food, even if you were good at this, it's still stupid. That like, it's still a thing that I don't ever want ever. Who needs a cookie, like fucking prison for your small pie?
Yeah, and they didn't even eat the outside. They didn't even eat the cage. I would have been like,
really disturbed that they kept on talking about the crusts for the tart as cases. The tart case.
Oh,
the case for your caged tart. It all feels very violent.
A case that makes me think of like a pupa.
Yeah.
Like in a case. There's gooey shit inside, and it's gonna like.
I mean, that's
if it comes out before it's a beetle or a butterfly or whatever, it's just goo in there.
You know what? Hash Granny fucking deserved to go home because what kind of idiot is like, oh, I have to make a cage, I have to make a lattice. So what I'll do is I'll just do uppy downies, just uppy downies,
She's
and
hot.
those will stay. Those will stay completely. I won't need to do any other work to reinforce them.
That's why I wrote she stays smoking on that good. I was like,
Really does.
she's fucking high as fuck. She's just like, yeah, man. Like I'm just gonna.
Like she meant to do more, and then she kind of just like lost track, and then just. Had
I
to
wrote stoned as fuck right on the pad.
She's got to go back to the shed.
She does have to go back to that shed.
The shed.
Oh yeah, she's gonna go fishing.
Fucking shed.
Oh yeah.
We're in the neighborhood.
He's gonna twist up a hooter.
Neighborhood sweet boys. Come
Yeah.
along, children.
He's trying to get all of the.
I've crafted an L joint.
Yeah.
He's always trying to live like a college neighborhood.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ryan is frozen on a really funny face. Oh, now he's back.
and once again, he's in early 2000s music video mode.
Yeah.
Something I noticed about these amateur bakers is that they were indeed, I don't know if it was up due to editing or what, but they were doing like dumb shit, like when the Patsy's round, Pasties round.
No, I like that.
Where like when they just like open the oven door like a million times and leave it open, and they're like, hurry up and cook. But every time you do that, the fucking oven cools off like significantly.
Right.
All the heat's out.
That's a dumb fucking like.
Well, like none of them were able to finish all the way. Like everyone was kind of like, oh, all right.
Yeah, because like especially Peter, I noticed he was like had the oven door and was like poking at him like, if you have a light on, look in there. Yeah. I was just like, you're dumb. And then also, Hash Granny, I think her eclairs fucked up because she was making that roux shit with she wasn't using a whisk. She was using like a spoon, like going all slow. She needed to like beat that shit together because she just like protected it.
Also
Too high.
Make the fucking
she was chilling.
creme pat, which they make all the time on this show. Everybody fucked it up, and it looked like fucking barf. Like everybody fucked up so bad.
Barf. Yeah.
Like, and I think that's also, at least for this show, that's usually a thing that people make like no problem.
Yeah, that's true. I feel like they're always talking about creme pat on this fucking show, and it's usually fine.
Creme pat.
It's weird because maybe the thing that they've proven is that if you set up a tent long enough, it will become filled with clowns. Because it used to be like you could have people that are like really boring, really ordinary, or really weird in some very strange, weird way, but they could bake really well, and so you get very interested in those people, and all of their weirdness becomes justified.
Television show,
yeah, and now there's like this whole, and then like when people are good, something like flavors become like a huge deal. You know, like somebody who's can not only do what they're asked, but then makes this really original flavor, like zooms ahead. And now it's just like, it's like, can you hold on for dear life and not like fall off the show?
Fucking next week, everybody gets a box at fucking Duncan Hines, and we just see how that's going to go.
See,
Yeah.
just follow directions.
They need to bring it down.
They couldn't make brownies last time.
Like Sarah.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy. Like, they definitely just gave that. They were like, okay, let's give them something that they can handle.
This is called a
And then
slow
they were like,
ball.
oh, but you have to go big on the bake off or on the bake show. We have to add like a ton of fucking garbage. Like, nobody puts that much shit in a brownie ever. That's never happened before.
They all fucked, like, they fucked that up, but the thing that they fucked up maybe worse than all the dumb extras was the fucking brownie.
Yeah.
No need to hard.
You know, I based on Twitter got very excited about the brownies last week, and one thing that I think I maybe gathered from all of that was that brownies are not really a thing they do in England, and that's like a very American dessert.
USA, yeah, here.
Jeffrey Tobin?
Hard, but maybe that just means that none of them knew what the fuck they were supposed to do.
But all of them were like, this is so simple. It's a brownie. It's just a brownie. Everyone's made a brownie. Like
I guess not.
Thing so that it is not like Cop Wipe. Hers were like more of a liquid than a brownie batter should be when you start.
The
Like when
British,
she took them out, they were like.
well, they probably think brownies are like little like house elf creatures, right? So
That's
right.
They failed because they
Like from the movie Willow?
Yeah.
yeah. That's so true.
That's the thing, was that they were trying to make the movie Willow as opposed to
They should reboot Willow.
3 parts Mad Mardigan.
Robert Pattinson as Mad Mardigan in
Well, like
Willow
everybody that's in
again.
that movie's still alive. Val Kilmer's all fat, but he'd be a tight, like old Mad Mardigan.
Yeah, bring him in.
Into it.
What if
It is a good
they
one.
Let's go, Willow. Where are they now?
put everyone in
Warwick
different
Davis
roles?
is still.
They got the original cast and put them in different roles.
You do Willow kids, and they all play like the grandparents of the.
Or they do it like Wet Hot American Summer, where they just play younger versions of themselves than they were in the original movie.
Willowed. You got willowed.
Willow.
You got willowed.
Abandoned,
Willow.
sent down a stream, and adopted by midgets. You've been willowed. You're a daikini growing up with the willows.
Yeah, they should remake it into a reality show.
Keeping up with the willow.
So, like, there would be like a blend of like a whatever, like we have way too many kids, and also we have to live like it's the year
So
1066.
It's Frontier House plus John and Kate plus 8 plus Moses.
Yeah,
Yeah.
All right.
there we go.
Ye-
I think the more reality shows should be you have to live like it's the past.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Did y'all, all right,
There's
so
some good ones out there like that.
did y'all see what is it? The Victorian man? Have y'all seen the Manor House one?
No.
Oh my
Are
God!
these like PBS things?
Yeah.
It was from BBC, and it came out in like the 90s or like early aughts. And it's like, so they go and live in like a big fancy house, and it's this like a doctor and a fucking business guy or whatever who are married and have kids. Like they have to live as like the people who like own the house, and then everybody else has to be servants.
Oh, I've heard of that. Yeah.
And it's shit gets uncomfortable very quickly. We're like,
It's a Stanford prison experiment.
it's really Stanford prison experiment. Like so many people fucking like don't make it 1 week. Like so many people just but then
Do the
people,
lords
like,
and ladies act like assholes? Like
oh my God,
Yeah.
so much so like it's like the like lady of the house or whatever, her real life is a fucking surgeon, and almost immediately they have all of these weird moments where like they're in like the confessional, so they're talking to a camera, like they know it's not the past, and she'll be like, it's just so wonderful to be a doll, to be dressed every day, and to look out over my estate, and I find myself sad because I begin to think when my child inherits the estate, I'm gonna remember. And it's like just this weird, like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You've been here for a week and you know this is 1998. And they keep doing these weird things where like both of them keep talking about how like they're thinking about like how proud they are to like own this estate and like give it to their kids. And then they also start acting fucking crazy to the people who are the servants, where they start like banning them from seeing their families and shit. It's nuts.
Yeah, so I think we need more shows
We
like
need
that.
more of that. I would watch the fuck out of
But
that.
with the additional conceits of like having way too many children, or you know, needing to
800 pounds.
or baking challenges. I think.
Pee in a bucket.
What kind of baking challenges would be cool if you had to like mill flour and shit?
Oh wait, have y'all fucking seen Mrs. Crocombe?
Mrs. Crocombe. That's something you made?
Series.
Oh, have I got a fucked up thing for us to all enjoy as a family? Another British thing is that they have this YouTube series made by English Heritage, is like some sort of like historic preservation thing.
Sounds racist.
But they have this series that's called The Victorian Way, and it's this. Ryan, have I not made you watch Mrs. Crocombe? She's like a weird. So it's like this like cooking show where like it has Mrs. Crocombe, who's I guess based on a real person, who's showing you how to make disgusting Victorian food. in the Victorian way, and she's weirdly stern.
I want to see this.
And on top of that, like there's start to like other like characters creep in where there's like the boy who brings the apples and like the kid, and they have all this like, and it's not like a full show with like a narrative, but they sometimes have these narrative segments where everybody acts really scared around her. So like everybody's like really nervous to like bring her things, and it's never explained why.
Miss Crocum, because she'll croak you.
Mrs. Crocum, it's very dominatrix centered.
There's something so weirdly sexual about it that I cannot watch it.
Terrifying.
What? All right.
But also the shit that she's making is the grossest shit. She has like mincemeat pie where she's making it in a laundry tub. And it's like, like dried fruit and shit. So she's dumping in, it's huge amounts of things. So she's like, first we'll need a pound of currants, and a pound of raisins, and a pound of mixed peel, and a pound of beef tongue, and like...
Hell yeah, that sounds fucking crazy.
Bonkers. There's one...
I want a crazy pie.
Give
me a crazy Victorian pie.
It's like a pigeon pie that's just like this like thick clod of meat that's like rammed down into pastry, and then to decorate it, he takes the little pigeon feet and sticks them in the hole in the top, so it has fucking pigeon feet sticking out of it. But the best one,
like when they bake the kittens in Young Frankenstein or Young Einstein.
the worst one is she's going to make, it's like a Christmas one, and she is saying that like you would never have roast turkey because that's like too pedestrian. So what she does is she takes a deboned turkey,
excellent,
flattens it out, and then crams back where the bone holes would be. She crams like stuffing and stuff back into the bone holes, and then she wraps that up, and then she boils that for many hours, and then she waits until it is ice fucking cold, and mixes gelatin and mayonnaise together and ices it with Jell-O mayonnaise once the boiled turkey is freezing fucking cold.
Yo, I would eat the fuck out of that. That sounds great.
Disagree.
Nothing like
oh, and she puts big spikes in it that have black pickled walnuts on them, so it looks like a food from hell.
Yo, people's breaths must have been so bad back then. They probably washed that down with like a cup or two of like sherry or some shit. Like, never drinking water asses. Damn. Fucking orange ass piss up in the house.
I can't imagine. Almost every food is boiled where it's just like, so then the way that you do it is you just like put it in a cloth bag and boil it for like 6 hours.
6 hours for real?
Cake that she bakes for 6 hours.
What?
Which like that's got
Miss
the
Crocum?
Victorian way. I can put links.
Yeah. Put links in the chat.
Yeah.
Wait, what was the name of that? Why does Crocum make me think of some kind of weird drug you can get at a gas station?
You're thinking of
Kratom.
What's that one where it's like poop in a jar?
But also, that's Jankum.
Jankum.
But also, wait, what was the one where the people became zombies in Florida? What was that one called?
Was that Flocka?
Bath salts.
Bath salts, yeah.
Flocka.
Is bath salts the same as crocodile?
No, crocodile is like it's like bathtub heroin that like.
This is the second time that we've talked about crocodile on the show.
Really?
It gives you scales, right?
Crocodile is it's a hydromorphone, and like why certain types of it is crocodile is because of like they use some ghetto method, like I think they use like saline eye drops or something to like wash these chemicals out, and that's what gives you the fucking
scales.
Horrifying.
It's just like gross, like bathtub drink. Because you live in Russia.
That's Russian as fuck to me.
It is. They're like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm sure we've all seen like the Vice documentary where like the lady goes into the apartment high rise. It's like abandoned and kids are just like sitting around like banging that shit. Like it's fucking like a cup of coffee. Like, yeah.
Did you say kids fucking like it's a cup of coffee?
No, banging that shit like it's a cup of coffee.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, they're probably doing that too.
Which one more drug note? I've heard 2 guys in 2 days offer me grass on the street.
Grass. Wow.
I know. And today
1970s.
I was like freshly blazed, and it was like I was walking up the corner, and like there's this dude like leaning on the trash can, and he was drinking like a Sutter Home like rosé mini. And I was kind of like, all right, style. And he was like, grass. He's like an older dude. I was like, I'm gonna say something. I was like, what is it, the 1970s out here? I was like, you smoking grass, man? Like,
Next thing you call it reefer.
yeah, like who the fuck? Like, can I score a lid?
I guess grass does sound more appealing than weed.
Yeah, but that's not what I call it.
It is cute.
Yeah, it is cute, but it's definitely not on the list of things I call that stuff.
Yeah, I would never think. That's not something I would remember until someone called it that.
Yeah, I don't.
Ass or grass. Nobody writes.
Yeah, hell yeah, that's a classic.
We're calling it. They were talking about it once, and they kept saying pot, and like I know that's one of the common names for it, but like I never hear anyone calling it pot ever, and so like it just seemed so.
I feel like pot was a very like 90s.
Yeah,
thing.
90s.
Yeah.
I felt like an after-school special, and then I jumped into the conversation, and I kept calling it weed because that's what it is. And then they just put like a huge damper on the whole conversation. It's just like a wet blanket on the entire room.
Whoa.
Everything went silent. And I was like,
Damn.
oh, they know it's called weed. Like, come on, they're like my age.
Oh, maybe you were their first introduction to that slang term.
And now
You should just call it that chronic.
My favorite is coffee. COUGHEE.
What, coffee?
Like
that.
like coffee.
Okay.
and also because you have it first thing in the morning.
Right. Well, geez, wait, I smoked weed first thing this morning today because I like didn't sleep very long because I stayed up too late watching The Expanse. And I was like, oh shit, it's 2 a.m.
I feel like the modern people who call it cannabis, you know that they are going to be a huge asshole about it.
Yeah, like they're like, I like to mainly smoke flower.
Yeah, the people call it flour. That
shit's so gay. I hate it. Like, stop.
It's so funny.
Cannabis is the one where that's the same as a person that's like, yes, I'm very interested in the females that are here tonight.
Right.
There are many beautiful.
Like a weird, like a robot person.
Yeah, where you're like, there's something. You killed someone.
It's like I just respect it so much. I'm going to call it by its true name.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
that might
like as in Linnaeus intended.
You're gonna ruin it by trying to tell me about all the chemicals and shit.
The terps.
Yeah, the terpenes.
It's a drug live stream. Just a weed live stream.
You want drug lives?
Grass. You want grass? I'd be like, no, bitch. Give me a cup of coffee though.
Honestly,
what if dudes were like selling coffee on the street? That'd be cool.
I feel like connoisseurs ruin everything. So I don't know. I feel the same way about craft beer. Like I don't care about any of it. I'll drink it. It's fine, but we don't have to define anything.
We don't have to have this talk.
Yeah, we're good. Beer, we're fine.
You got too excited, you idiot.
Some people need a way to spend more time thinking about beer. That's the way they found out.
If you're not a creative person and you don't have any like actual good interests, you just become a total nerd about something that doesn't matter.
Like Star Wars.
Yeah, I mean, but that's even like you're at least engaging with a narrative of some sort. But like,
I guess
I don't know.
Like I have in my home, which I have purchased for myself and were not gifted to me, multiple Star Wars items. Like I have I have clothes that's like I've got like a shirt that has like a fun pun. I've got like a mug. I got my, like, when you have the accoutrement for that, and that's your thing where you're like, I'm a star.
You do?
To me,
No, I'm talking about how bad.
Like, what?
Although-
yeah, I don't know.
You know how much I love Baby Yoda.
we do.
Yo, fuck Baby Yoda. That shit is stupid. I don't even want to know about it.
Oh,
Get
yeah.
out of here.
We maybe don't have Star Wars stuff.
Step
but we
on
have
Baby Yoda's little fucking head.
piles of
Hey.
that flavor.
Wrestling is
I'd step on him. I'd be like, hey, Baby Yoda, fuck you.
like there are many. That's like having stuff for sports,
I guess so.
or for having stuff for
Like you have a closet, you got foam fingers in it and shit. You pull
We have.
out
I'm
the
looking at a
games.
foam
Yeah.
finger in our house right now.
But it is for.
But it's for
wrestling.
pro wrestling.
Oh, okay.
It's a
Whatever. Well, then you're kind of halfway
Or
there.
like a series of.
It's this. It's for the elite.
It's not a middle finger for Stone Cold Steve Austin.
No, but that would
I
be.
want one of those so badly, and they're really hard to find.
Really?
Yeah, foam
That
doesn't.
makes sense.
Foam,
That's
foam doesn't really hold up all that well over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
time,
All
so.
apart.
You could find them, but it's like each one is like $70.
And
I'm
disintegrate.
sure that a lot of them wound up like behind someone's bed soaked in beer. Like probably like 40% of them wound up with like cum stains. You
Hell
know?
yeah.
40%. I like that because it feels plausible and too high.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Very
like they're
good.
probably just like if you got one, it would be all like saturated from years of like the dude's arm sweat. He was like using
For some reason,
beer.
the biological fluid that I think it's going to be covered in is piss. I just feel like it's like going to soak up.
Like they
piss.
used it to clean up like the fucking dog piss on the floor, and they used it to clean it up, and then it just got like pushed in the corner in the laundry room.
I feel like it's the kind of thing where like you went, you bought it, and then you got kind of wasted while you were at WrestleMania or whatever in 1995, and so then like you're holding,
Give me a teddy bear.
you know, to get it in the whatever, but you're still wearing that foam finger,
Oh, you're like trying to shake it off with the foam finger.
and then you're like, oh,
You accidentally
shit.
dip it into the trough.
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it's very absorbent.
Yo, they were really trying to make Laura smashing stuff with a rolling pin into a thing this time, huh? This week on
Oh,
Bake
yeah.
Off.
They are trying.
Oh yeah, this show's about Bake Off.
I think they're trying to make anything into
They're trying
something.
to give anybody a personality.
It's like
They're trying hard.
they're really struggling.
Yeah.
Actually, I thought the joke that she told about feeding Peter cheese.
Oh, I like that.
That
That was
wasn't
weird. Yeah.
funny. I wish that they had more of those. Where
That-
Yeah, I would like that.
the fact that the fact that she responded and was like, yeah, I put Peter in here. I was
Yeah.
with it.
How
She was
do you
ready.
cheese?
She
They don't often
ready,
feed
that's
off
the
of.
thing.
They don't often like feed off of the hosts that well. They don't like or like.
That's
this
like,
one.
I just feel like this crew, Ryan, you're totally right. Where like there have been all kinds of like fucking doofus weirdo fuck ups on this show before, but they are at least like good at and appear to be excited about and dedicated to making something. So even if you're like, oh god, this person, then they're like, but I'm making this little cherry flavored, and so then like they can have a conversation about that. I feel like this crew, like they can't even do that, where they're like, what are you making? They're like, oh, I don't know. They said we were supposed to.
What they said on the piece of paper?
Yeah, they said we were supposed to make.
They just told me to make this.
So I was gonna make cakes or something, I guess. So like that's all fucked.
I hope they all have imposter syndrome.
We should.
It's not imposter syndrome. It's actually do it. That it's being an imposter.
That's a good point.
They're just imposters. Although, so a thing that I was thinking about is Cop Wife, I think is like many, probably the thing that ended up with many of the people that I went to high school probably live this life, where it's like she doesn't have much in her life and she doesn't seem to have any interests. So a big thing is that she's like, well, I like pizza enough that I have a pizza oven.
Oh
That's
yeah.
the thing about me is
You know it. Any oven's a pizza oven if you need pizza hard bad enough. I'll cook pizza anywhere. I don't care. Just get me a slice.
Not dedicated.
Whoa.
Man, how much must it suck to be Blinko and know you're no one's favorite?
Which one?
What's his name? Dave? Blinko? Blink fan?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he's
no
so
one's
fucking
favorite.
Like,
Forgot about Blink.
He's
so average.
unnervingly thirsty for praise. He's like vibrant. He's boring as shit, and he doesn't appear to be very committed. While
He's there to win.
He probably is gonna win.
He did get Star Baker.
Yeah,
He did.
he's got skills. His shit always looks good, but he's just kind of like.
His shit looks comparatively good.
But he's like, I comb my hair in the mirror every morning.
I can see. I mean, already he seems like a weird, lonely fuck-up person who's like, I like fucking pump.
Pump pump.
Pump,
Pump pump.
Oh, well, pump.
Pump pump. Yay!
Pump, pump.
Give me some of that pump pump.
Pump.
You know, pump
Much
pump.
funnier than the thing I was intending to
Pump
say.
gets a
That's
treat.
sad.
Pump pump.
I have pump in the attic.
I
I can hear him. Pump walking around up there.
Well, I think the idea was that, like, he was probably, like, in high school, he wanted to be friends with the punk kids, but he only liked pop punk, and so they were like, you can't be friends with us. So then he was friends with boozers that were excited about the pop punk thing, and then he betrayed those people by becoming sort of like a cop adjacent thing.
Armored guard.
And so now I think he probably has no friends other than presumably the person that he's married to, and maybe not them either.
I bet he was in ska.
Whoa.
Oh, he probably was in his ska.
I feel like making the move from being
Yeah.
into third wave ska and then becoming an armored guard.
That
Is
makes sense to
nothing-
me.
That tracks.
That's
Yeah, definitely.
No great line. Come on.
If it was like two-tone, probably not. But
Yeah.
but third wave, absolutely.
Yes.
Good lord. I can't.
Who do you think top three? Who do you think the last three are gonna be?
God, I don't fucking know. It's also so random. Like nobody's doing.
I thought
good-
Lottie was gonna get kicked off this week.
Me too.
They
I
said
was
many
like,
good things about
time.
all three of her things that she made. I mean,
Yeah,
I
which
guess
was
not really
surprising.
technical.
I think Lottie is going to weirdly stick through to the end. I feel like they've been focusing on her storyline too much for it to not be a thing that like. Because they're clearly now being selective with who gets time.
She's
Right.
the closest they have to the token hottie also.
Which
Yeah.
also.
I mean, she
first
is the token hottie in this
They did
landscape.
a good job of, I mean,
off, of
In
casting
this post-COVID landscape, in this new normal.
Went real hard on the eye makeup this week.
she's a
Very hard on the
she's a
eye
COVID
makeup.
8.
The little zebra.
Damn.
It's terrifying to
dog.
know that the bar is so low.
It's
'Cause
true.
also, she is washing her hair with fucking hand soap. And then I think she's straightening it maybe while it's still damp. But like, you don't.
Making choices.
It is.
It's like
The Showstopper was the best it's ever looked.
Yeah.
For her.
I thought all of the ones that looked good this time, and that all the ones.
Oh, I was talking about her hair.
Oh, I was talking about the food of the show.
Yeah, there was.
Here's the thing: when she takes it down, it's been up in that greasy sliding around ponytail.
Oh yeah.
So the base has gotten a little bit of moisture from her head oils. So when she does that floppy thing, that part has a little bit of shine and like appears to be healthy because it's gotten those head oils from that. But
She should be brushing those head oils all through it.
She should be, but she's not.
Since none of them actually have to like do work or anything during the week, they're probably
She's just smoking and on her phone.
Yeah, exactly. She's probably just smoking cigarettes,
smoking and on your
staying
phone.
up until 4 a.m. watching cable. At this hotel.
Hell yeah, like a real one.
And yeah, just like fucking up. She's probably sleeping until 2 every day that she doesn't have to be on camera.
Whoa.
Yeah, because she's definitely depressed.
Yeah,
she's the avatar for depression. But she did try
like functioning like low grade depression. Is like,
yeah. We're just like her family doesn't like believe in any kind of like seeking help or bettering yourself in any way. So they have that like British thing where they're like, we're born to suffer.
Stiff upper lip, love.
Yeah, just like because you weren't born classy, that like you just like you might as well just like live in shit and squalor.
You ever thought about what a stiff upper lip would actually be?
Gross.
It's like
just a calcified upper lip. I don't even know if I can do it.
Yeah, you just got to draw your lip real tight across your teeth.
Terrifying.
It's hard to do it with just your upper lip.
Oh, I think it means that you don't cry.
But also, like, does your upper lip move when you cry? I think it's your lower lip.
Yeah, where you're like.
When I cry, I'm like.
Theater.
Yeah, you're right. It's not the lower lip.
Yeah,
it's the lower lip. You're right.
It's like a big.
Free tube. Play OJ.
I broke my Spider-Man DVD.
Play the OJ. Press the OJ button.
I tried to make all of my lips stiff for that.
At least Pee Wee Herman was in an X-rated movie theater. I'm just saying.
Damn, Jeffrey Tubin.
Damn, Jeffrey Tubin. At least Pee Wee Herman was in an X-rated movie theater. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
I think I love the pause between Damn and Jeffrey Tubin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good. I feel like OJ's like in the running to go back to jail pretty soon.
I feel like he can't lose.
He has to like rob somebody in hotel rooms.
Yeah, I mean, wasn't he? He was in jail for a while for what? He did something.
For his trial, he had sold a bunch of his personal memorabilia from when he was in football, and then he and a group of like a couple of like hired thugs, I guess, went with him and robbed the people who had it in Las Vegas in a hotel room at gunpoint to get it back.
Like shirts and footballs and trophies and stuff.
He was like, "Give me my shit back," because I don't think they would sell it, or he didn't have the means in which to get it back. Yeah.
Yeah. What a bizarre person.
But now it's like there's.
He's gonna be all high on his horse because like Jeffrey Tubin got fucking canceled. He's gonna like, I don't know what he's gonna do.
He's invincible.
Maybe he'll just get a DUI on his golf cart or something, or they'll chase him down the fucking LA freeway on his golf cart this time instead of the Bronco.
I think that he is gonna slowly but surely crawl his way back into everyone's good graces because he can't do anything worse than
Don't squeeze the juice.
He can't do, if he makes horrible jokes that are as good as that Jeffrey Tubin one just for a couple of weeks, I think he will be a beloved internet personality.
Have you seen his Twitter?
That wasn't even a joke. He was just.
Yeah, I don't think it was.
He's just like bagging on him. He's like, you got yours, bitch. He's like, fuck you. Go to bed.
Also, I think that clip, I think that was lucky. I think that was a lucky moment for OJ. He's nice to be funny on Twitter. You know, like, I think he just, like, hit something, like, perfectly when everyone wanted to see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He's riding the wave.
Even a blind hog will find an acorn every now and then.
Oh, you said
Not he had some really crazy videos on Twitter for a while.
Well, next he's gonna get on TikTok, or what?
Yeah,
what's
and
that?
then
That
we're all
was on TikTok.
That was on TikTok. Good
Yeah.
lord.
Damn! Jeffrey Tubin?
Yeah.
Damn, Jeffrey Tubin. At least Pee Wee Herman was in an X-rated movie theater. I'm just saying.
Wait, does he say theater?
The reverb is really.
Damn, Jeffrey Tubin.
Late.
At least Pee Wee Herman was in an X-rated movie theater. I'm just saying.
He says theater?
Theater.
Theater. Yeah, that's like my favorite.
Theater.
My favorite
The
part
movie
is the
theater.
thing, but it's all good. It's all good.
I mean, he's having it. He's like, you were in the movie theater.
Oh, he's loving life right now.
Yeah. It's like, kiss my ass. Oh man, oh god. He should be in a movie again.
They should redo the Naked Gun and let him do
Oh.
let him do Leslie Nielsen's part.
Hey, why do you keep turning your video off?
I don't.
No.
Oh.
Oh, it's the ghosts. The ghost of fucking Steve Jobs in your Macintosh computer.
Are
The
you trying
ghost
to
of
run
hand
extra
jobs.
stuff for no reason.
Yeah, bro. Whoa. I never thought about that. Steve Jobs, hand jobs.
There you
Your
go.
last name was Jobs.
Blow jobs.
Fucked up, yeah, exactly. I was waiting for you on that foot.
Well, what did anything else happen on Bake Off?
No.
No.
Lottie was handing out
Fuck
FKs.
now. I don't
I'm
understand.
Good job.
This is the one thing that the British people have figured out. You listen to me, British people.
Aye.
Somehow you've made your show bad, but I'm still having a nice time. But that might just be because I'm shitting on it with all my friends. So I'm saying that
Ooh.
you watch out. Am I getting booed or am I booing the British?
We're brewing the British.
Okay,
Boo
good.
the British for sure.
that's what we do.
Yeah, why did they? It's like, what's weird that I kind of feel from how bad this show is now, that it's kind of like that thing where like you spend all night in a bar eyeballing somebody and you're like, I think they're really beautiful. They're just like so beautiful. And then when you wake up in the morning, you turn over, it makes that like howling wolf noise. And you realize that they were disgusting and fucked up this whole time. We're like, now I'm questioning, like,
Were we ever right to love this
I
show?
remember the show being beautiful, but now I feel like all British people are horrific, stilted mutants who can't do anything well.
They were always kind of stilted.
Right, and now the British
they
baking
at
show
least
is smoking a
used to be able
cigarette
to-
out your window and farting.
They were
Is it?
way better at making cakes like 2 years ago.
They were
I
significantly
don't
better
know.
at making cakes, and there were people like Nadia, beautiful, funny, actually talented. Tamal, beautiful, funny, actually talented.
Yeah, you always every year you would
like-
at least have a couple who are like actually like charming.
Who's our
And-
favorite baby? Sweet favorite baby.
Liam.
Yeah, Liam's great.
Adorable.
A lot of people have made like little nice low-level careers after the show because they were good at baking.
Yeah,
Yeah, but they were also
and good at being on camera.
charming
Yeah.
humans that were like funny and fun to watch. And then there were even people that were like boring but seemed human, like that girl Flora,
Yeah,
who's she's sort of just like a Scottish girl who liked making like hyper femme looking baked goods, but she just like seemed very normal.
she was good at it.
All of these people seem like if you had to like be at the bus stop with them, you'd have to move over a lot because they keep getting too close to you and breathing on you.
Nobody's gonna get a book deal.
Yeah, right, except for Hash Granny. She'd be like,
But
you
she
want to
would
hit
be
this?
breathing on you the most.
You know she's anti-masker.
Dude.
You know Hash Granny won't wear a mask.
Yeah, because she can't have a spliff hanging out of her mouth. It's fucking easy.
I'd buy her weed cookbook for sure.
Yeah, oh, that's what she should.
Okay, yeah, if
Just a picture of her like this on the front on the beach in India.
Honestly,
That was the
she,
problem with
We're just
brownies. She's only made
one
meat brownies.
outfit.
she probably is the best bet of getting a book deal out of anyone else on this show. At this
Of all of the people,
She's
no
got
matter
some
who-
stories.
No matter who wins, they're all losers.
They're all losers.
Yeah, because
Well,
they're
yeah.
I
British.
feel like I'm losing.
That's the thing about Great British Bake Off. No matter
You're
who
all
wins,
losers because
we
you're
all
British.
lose.
Woo!
I just can't. It's somehow getting. It kind of seems like, for the first few, I was like, maybe it's off to a rocky start, or maybe we're just like not connecting with them yet. But it almost immediately, like, people were weird and actively alienated my affections. Like, people that maybe initially I was like, I could maybe like you, did or said something that I was like, no. And now I'm like that. Like, I wanted to like Hamish, but they won't let me look at or talk to Hamish because
Hamish, just let me talk to you.
himself and others.
Too sad.
I get a sense that he's in kind of a like they won't let him have a belt or shoelaces kind of.
Hamish. Hamish.
He always like he's on the verge of tears at every moment.
That's the thing.
It sucks to watch. I don't like when he comes on the screen. I gotta have some weird sympathy for a man that is just in the way of my entertainment. He's just taking up time that I could have been entertained by a person.
Damn.
No.
Damn.
If they'll ever do like a Bake Off All Stars kind of
Whoa.
thing, because then you'd actually get like all of the people who are both most fun to have on camera.
That's not necessarily true.
Well, you get all the people who are at least good at cooking.
That's not necessarily true.
I mean,
They're good enough,
if they're all stars.
but they're not necessarily, because there have been some years where I feel like you're wrong.
Well, I think when you do an All-Stars, you get to pick whoever the fuck you want, and you just justify it like, oh, they were good at the competition, or they're good in the camera.
Fan favorite.
Yeah, you get whoever you want.
Just
You get
Okay.
fan favorite. Come out of the woodwork. People you wouldn't expect show up.
Like
Yeah.
Jeffrey Tubin.
Who is
They
that?
go on the show.
I cook Norman Block.
They go on the show. Getting on the show.
Who is that little? There was a nasty little anime boy.
You're on the All Stars show.
Good, and he was upsetting to watch, but I feel like he would be
Canada?
a rowdy thing to throw in the mix.
What did we call him? We had a name.
We called him Andy, but
We
his
called him
name wasn't Andy.
His name wasn't Andy.
But yeah,
Nasty.
bring Andy back.
Yes. Ryan died. What? What the fuck?
He's not doing well. He's got the palsy.
The pleurisy.
He's got pleurisy. He's got Jake line.
So no one has any top 3 prediction who's going to be the last 3? No
you
one?
think he's gonna win this?
I think
want
top
all
3
the
is
stuff.
going to be Perfect.
Burn the tent to the ground.
Perfect Boy, Laura, and Blink 182.
Okay.
Top 3. Off the top of my head.
Yeah, I don't think Lottie.
Lottie Dottie.
No, I think Lottie is going to fail upwards at.
She's going to Lottie-da her way off the show in the next week or 2.
I think
See Dottie win.
she's got maybe 2 weeks left.
Lottie win. I'd like to see her win. I'd just like to see it. Because
Yeah.
I feel like if I went on that show, I would be like maybe around like okay, if I went on like not a baking show, but like some kind of show where you like go on because you think that you're good at the thing. Like Lottie's a B student and I'm a B student. That's what I'm trying to So I would like to see her win.
I have to just stop and say I love the description of this show as a show where you go on because you think you're good at this.
Yeah.
I think that is, at least for seasons past, it would be people that were making crazy shit, and they would also be like, and I'm a full-time lawyer, and I'm not even that good at baking. It would be some sort of like, it's a working carousel made entirely out of Rice Krispie trees. And so you'd be like, fuck. But then these definitely are people that are like, I have made all of my nephews birthday cakes.
Yeah.
And
Well, you know, like all of those shows are like that. Like like I feel like certain seasons, I haven't watched it in a long time, but it's definitely like half of the people who would be on Project Runway were like, I'm a designer.
Yes.
But are like,
I feel like Project Runway has like you can never really know if someone's good at fashion until like 6 weeks into that show, because so much of that show is bullshitting. It's wonderful, but like so much of the making of the clothes, I feel like, is just, can you get away with whatever you did?
I mean,
Show's been on for forever, huh?
what's wild about that is that designing clothes and being able to make them are two interrelated but fully separate skills.
It's like being a singer and a songwriter.
Yeah, and so there are a lot of people who are really good at designing clothes who don't fucking know how to make them.
Right.
Like, they couldn't make a thing that goes on people. So I only watched a handful of things, but the one that I remember is that there's a thing called spit marking, where what you do is that you take like, chalk or something. So you're just temporarily marking, and that's all that spit marking means. There's a bitch that was on this show, I mean early on, where she is fucking spitting on the fabric. And they're like, what are you doing? And she's like, I'm spit marking it. That's what you're supposed to do. She's like spitting down a line.
You mean she hawking loogies?
Oh, just like patoo kind of shit.
Hawking loogies?
Yeah, what?
wow, that's so silly. That's so silly.
You know, the Great British Sewing Bee is a good program, but it's hard to watch over here.
The one?
We watched some of that.
No, the one to watch is the ceramics one.
The ceramics one is actually good.
Oh, really? I've heard the sword one is good.
There's a sword one?
Wait, what?
Sword one.
British sorting bee?
Oh, I don't think it's British.
You're talking about Forged in Fire?
There's an
or I know actually there's an episode or a series of episodes where a guy I know is on it. They actually filmed part of it.
You know a sword guy?
I know a guy that's a blacksmith.
You know a guy with a sword?
Yeah, and he made like an axe and all kind of great fish.
Wait, okay, but do y'all know about, what is it called?
Knife or Death.
Knife or Death?
What's that? It sounds tight.
There's one season of it.
Sounds dangerous.
And everyone died.
I like danger.
It's similar to...
Give me some danger.
It's a spin-off from Forged in Fire.
Except the people, you don't have to be able to make anything. You're just a terrifying either pervert or a likely white supremacist who's probably just bought a knife somewhere, and then it's an obstacle course where dads in utilikilts have to go through, and they have to chop different things with their knives.
Oh, I've seen some of that where there's like knife contests.
Yeah, I've seen.
Oh, it's similar to a chopping.
And they're like and they're like, yeah, go Dave, go, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that. It's so good.
A bunch of different things, including chopping through like a big fish.
And
they have to get the fish in one chop, and they almost never do it. And the look of like these full-grown men wearing like all of their Ren Fair getup that is fully unnecessary, that they have worn just because they feel like it. Just an adult.
Because it's showtime.
Like a 52-year-old man dressed in like a little peasant outfit, has just like a katana that he bought on the internet, and he's trying to chop a big ass fish, and he can't do it. And when he realizes he doesn't get through, he has a look like his children will die because of this. And it is.
They should.
And
he would have tried harder if they would have made that part of the rules.
It's also hosted and a famous Navy SEAL.
Yeah, famous Navy SEAL and Bill Goldberg.
Wait, who's the famous Navy SEAL?
I can't remember his name. Apparently, like a book or a video game or something got written about him.
There's like a Call of Duty character that's like based on him.
He keeps saying that people. He keeps calling a guy that's doing well. Keeps calling him a war horse. Which
wow. What's this called again? Knife or Death?
Knife or
Death.
We watched a lot.
It's on
fucking sick.
Yeah, we watched all of it.
Sounds sick.
There's not much of it. It's like an 8-episode season, and they did not make more than one.
That's fine. I'll watch it all tonight.
I want to get a bunch of knife content at once.
Yeah, go ahead and call the cops. I'll have sex with them.
Oh yeah, it's on YouTube.
Hell
number
yeah.
of times
Thanks for doing the legwork there.
the episode has a new
I can watch it on my TV.
and almost every time it is a man in a kilt is one of the episode contestants, and more than once when they're doing the little like intro thing, the person is like, yeah, and I choose to compete in a kilt because I am of Irish descent.
And then one of his balls comes out and you see it.
The final thing that's amazing is that they definitely have them do a self-tape where they're like, you should show us like in like your home.
Show us your skills.
You should show us your skills wherever you're training. And so it'll be like in like a terrifying basement that has like one of those like Celtic knot themed like wall hangings. That'll be one. And then another time there's a dad who's fully in a parking lot where somebody off camera is throwing fruits at him and he's trying to chop them in the parking lot. A lot of it is in like suburban.
It's like a Monty Python sketch.
It's incredible.
What if they come at you with a banana?
It's a good show. In part of one season.
I mean, it's the fucking dumbest shit ever. And all of the people in it are not people that I necessarily want to live in the same world as. But you should watch it.
Damn.
Jeffrey Toobin.
Damn, Jeffrey.
Damn, Jeffrey Toobin.
Damn, Jeffrey Toobin. At least Pee Wee Herman was in an X-rated movie theater.
You need to cut that sound clip to just damn.
Wait, the thing is though, okay, at least Pee Wee Herman was in an X-rated movie theater, but Jeffrey Toobin was in his own home. Like, what is OJ trying to say?
Yeah, he was on Zoom,
OJ's
though,
not
dude.
well.
The place
Not
where
worried.
you absolutely won't get arrested for masturbating, typically.
Yeah, and
No, you have to leave your home and drive to a porno theater.
Wait, exposing yourself on Zoom isn't a crime?
I mean that guy's fine.
I'm not about to do it.
Nobody's. I don't think they did anything to him. I think he was like, he was suspended from work for a day, and he got, made fun of all over the world. But I don't think he's getting in trouble any more than that.
No, probably not.
I think actually he kind of lost some like speaking engagements. I think a lot of people were like, no, dude, you don't get to do this anymore.
Well, I think we should forgive him because I'm sure he has a taste for it now, and we can catch him regularly, and it'll be fun for us.
You know what, though? I was thinking about this. I bet you he's got a gross dick.
Of course.
I've seen his face. Like, I think all guys that do shit like that have, like, weird, fucked up dicks. And, like, crooked souls.
Weird dicks and crooked souls.
This might be the best thing you've ever said.
Like, imagine how much funnier it'll be on the day that we catch him again. When he does it again, it'll be so much better. Like, we get to make fun of him, and we also get to be like, man, again.
Yeah. Jeffrey, oh, there you go with the little fucking weird-ass helmet head. Get the fuck out of here with that shit, you nerd.
It's not one of those dicks that it's widest in the center, it's narrower at the head and at the base.
Oh god.
I was thinking he just had, like, one of them weird, like, real mushroom, like, fucking, like, thin shaft, that head. It's, like, asymmetrical, and it's like,
It's got a real, and it's veering off to one side.
yeah, that's what.
Quasi-Chodo.
Quasi-Chodo is it.
Quasi-Toto?
Quasi-Chodo.
Quasi-Chodo, yeah.
And that's what he does. And he puts a sad little cape on it, and he makes it ring a little bell.
Quasi-Chodo,
The bell's in his butthole, and it comes out.
No, it's gross.
I got myself with that one.
Damn! O.J. Simpson.
Yeah.
Damn, Jeffrey Toobin. At least Pee Wee Herman was in an X-rated movie theater. I'm just saying.
Stop now. I have to tell you about a thing that I learned about today. There's a couple on TikTok that they do like couple TikToks or whatever, but their gimmick, and I guess real thing, is that they're also siblings.
Okay.
And so they do all these, I guess there are like sibling challenges on TikTok where it's like have your brother put your hair in a ponytail and see how well he does, which is already like a little weird, but then they're like, he like starts to do it, and then they just like turn around and like make out a lot with tongue. But they
Ew.
also the boy is a straight couple, and the boy's identity also is that he's the alpha, and they do a lot of like role playing things where like they both wear cop outfits and like off screen like pretend to shoot things, and he like rescues her, or he sometimes just like punches off the screen. And when he's the alpha, he wears aviator sunglasses, and also she does a lot of things where she talks in a horrifying baby voice, and I think she's also a dentist.
Wait, are you on TikTok, Madison? Where did you find this?
Sounds awful.
Yeah, this sounds real scary. Wait, I'm still confused. Are they're fucking siblings that are making out?
Yes, but I guess
that's gross as shit.
Her step siblings is their thing.
But they're just saying they are.
No, who fucking knows?
Okay. I mean, if no, they're not doing it. They're just saying they are. It's like, have you seen pornography?
They might not be real. Like, they might not be real step siblings, I guess. But the making out it would be unnerving anyway. Like, it is. They
gratuitous.
Yeah, there's like a video of them in.
What's their name? What's their username?
I don't remember. I have to find it.
Name them.
You're just fucking just dangling meat now.
I wanna look at
I
it.
got my phone right now.
I don't really want to watch anybody make out.
I wanna look at it.
Oh, they have another one where they're in their car and they're like
Ryan, don't point that at your eye.
I know.
What the fuck are you doing?
Like
No.
Great, awesome.
that? I am Locutus of Borg. Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Wait.
Yeah, you gotta take the hat off. There he is.
Yeah, look, I'm straight up Borging out.
No.
All right, Alpha Familia.
Oh.
Alpha Familia is the TikTok name.
Okay.
They have a video where they're in a car and they're like, we know that some of you don't agree with the fact that we're in love because we're siblings, but we want to tell you. And then the boy, the alpha.
Oh, they're step. Oh, so they really are step siblings.
It's horrific. It's very upsetting, but it's also, I mean, like, fascinating.
I love it. It's cool.
Whoa, they really are step siblings.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's like there's an article about it. Must be true if there's an article about it. Several articles, yeah.
There's a YouTube commentary person who was talking about this one.
Reddit all over it.
But that YouTube video had a bunch of the TikToks in it, which is why.
Damn, that's a little rich for my blood. I do really like some internet fucking freaks, but that's like kind of disturbing.
Oh, also a lot of their role plays involve him being possessive and borderline abusive to her. It's so many layers.
They have 500,000 followers.
I mean, it's like if you want to be transfixed by cringe, they have like every.
Damn, now you're really selling it to me now.
I mean, I watched this whole YouTube commentary video of these people. Fucking.
I'm not gonna get TikTok so that I can watch this.
I mean, you can just watch the YouTube commentary video.
Yeah, or people make compilations of people's TikToks and shit.
Yeah, like
do it Vines.
Yeah. So you don't have to actually look at that.
Yeah, that's the way to go. You don't want to be on there.
No, because then you'd be a TikTok person.
And you also wouldn't, if you were just on there, you wouldn't find all the stuff you wanted to see. You need someone to go through all the shit to find the stuff you actually want.
Yeah.
That's
I bet you I'd be good at TikTok.
I think you would be.
I mean, your Instagram stories are pretty high quality.
You're the best at Instagram stories.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait.
Thanks.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Not you, Jordan.
No, I was surprised. I wasn't like, oh, me. I was like, why are you saying that? But now it makes sense.
All very good at Instagram stories, but Ronsky is the best.
Yeah. For sure.
I don't ever.
Thanks.
well.
I'm bad at social media.
Oh, that's the only thing I look at on Instagram, really.
I don't ever do.
Yeah.
I just don't put. I don't know. I just never remember to do it.
No. Good for you. I always remember to look at Instagram. But so it goes.
Ryan,
Well,
are you just looking at the Alpha Familia now?
No, I'm not looking at that yet.
No, I'm gonna look at it later though, for sure.
Yeah.
Y'all have, well, now there's a dense reading list. You have Mrs. Crocombe.
Oh, right.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Crocombe.
You got Manor House, you got Knife or Death.
And you have the sibling fuckers. It's gonna be a good night.
And if you like Matt Lucas, you should watch that. Watch the first episode of that Pompidou show.
Oh yes, you told me about that.
Yeah.
Sounds like a annoying mixed breed dog.
Mrs.
They're Pompidou.
Crocombe.
Did you find the Victorian way?
The Victorian way, that's what it's called?
The Victorian way.
Okay. I'm just making a list.
Get ready to be. She makes a thing called apple cheese.
There's kind of a,
yeah, like is it like quince butter kinda? Or quince
there's,
I don't. I think it's just like a shit ton of apples that she squishes into a shape.
because that with quinces they make this stuff. I've never had it, but it's like a quince is like in the apple family, but it's real big, and I think they're like pretty like tart, and like you really wouldn't want to eat one just raw, but they cook them down and refine them, and then like let it sit, and it turns into like Jello basically. So you can cut like quince butter, quince cheese or something. Never had it, but I've seen it on TV.
Victorian Way videos also have a bit of an ASMR element, which is another reason why I can watch them. But
watch the mincemeat one is especially horrifying.
Mincemeat
Into a fucking bucket, and then it's like stirring it with a big spoon, so it's already gross and there's too much of it. She makes a thing, it's some kind of boiled pudding, and at one point she talks about how you could call it a shirt sleeve pudding or a dead man's leg.
Ew.
Yeah.
I guess if we're talking about bad food YouTube videos, there's also Steve 1989.
Yeah!
Oh yeah, that's a classic, man.
Steve 1989 MRE info.
Yeah.
Oh, MRE shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, he's a man who eats. He eats
It's the guy that only eats the really old ones.
very, very old rations.
I wish we could get back to him.
Oh wait, you guys, you any of you ever fuck with any mukbangers? People that just eat a giant plate of food in front of you. Have you seen that? Oh man,
I heard of it.
Mukbang, yeah. There's this one guy who's really psycho, Nikocado Avocado. He's like this really fucking hyper, like just like high strung, like freaking out, throwing stuff gay dude. And like he lived in Colombia for a while and got married there. But he eats like these, like he'll make like a dozen packages of spicy ramen noodles and like put like spicy Cheetos on top of it and like a bunch of cheese, and it's just like this giant mountain. And he has like a plate like in the table set up high, so it's just kind of like his head like this, and he's like just shoveling food in his mouth and like talking about. And the idea is like a mukbang is like the person will like talk about what they're like. Ooh, I got a nice bite of cheese in that one. It's so gooey. Like, it's fucking. Yeah, it's like a Korean. I guess it started there.
There was one guy
I'm not here
that we
for it.
saw.
No, dude, it's fucking lit. I'll throw some in the chat.
There's one guy that
I kind of want to do mukbang videos sometime.
Korean dude
You should.
as eating would just like stop and do this like very specific laugh. It was just like eating like a shit ton of food and then stopping and sort of kind of like, and then just like eating more shit. You don't remember that? I don't. All right.
It doesn't ring a bell.
All right. Well,
I probably blocked it out.
that's what I remember.
There is one. There's one dog YouTube channel that I watch that does dog mukbang sometimes.
Dog mukbang?
So there's one. There's this one.
Dogs should not be allowed to do things with bangs.
There's a Korean family in Canada.
Doggy gangbang.
They're Samoyed, and its name is Woo You, and it's
Woo You, and it'll get you. It's gonna woo on you.
It's a very cute dog.
It's an incredibly cute dog, and sometimes it just eats a big plate of dog treats.
No dog bang.
No dog.
No dog bang.
Thanks, Borat.
Yeah, I was about to say, what the fuck is this Borat shit?
No
Borat's back on top now.
dog. What's up?
There's a new Borat. It just came out
today. Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Apparently, they catch Rudy Giuliani with his hand in his pants.
Yeah, that's all fucking like twisted.
I don't know. I just don't fucking care.
Yeah.
I feel like okay, haven't we been through enough?
Yeah, without Borat fucking stirring the pot.
Damn it.
Why don't they? Well, they should let Nathan Fielder do some of that like top tier pranky stuff. Like instead of sending, I mean, we know what's gonna happen if you send Sacha Baron Cohen after a politician.
It's like Borat disguised as people in this movie.
Yeah.
He plays Borat playing people, which is pretty.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's very funny.
I'm definitely gonna watch it later.
Borat was funny.
I would like to see some more Nathan Fielder in the field. That dude he's got a real way with that.
I don't remember who that is.
He's like Nathan for you.
It's like the same genre as Sacha Baron Cohen, but he puts a delightfully chill Canadian twist on it.
Did you see that, maybe it's last season finale, the 2-hour feature length episode?
No, I haven't seen the fourth season at all.
It's beautiful.
I bet it is. He's so brilliant, but it takes me a couple of days between each episode because it's so intense you go through watching one.
It's not for the faint of heart, honestly.
Yeah,
really
it takes a lot out of you watching what he does to people.
No.
Wow. All right.
But it's incredible. It's very brilliant, but it's also exhausting. Ooh, Jeffrey
It's
Toobin.
pretty stressful.
Yeah. Don't make me push the
I
button.
gotta put Mrs. Crocum in the chat.
Damn! Jeffrey Toobin. At least Pee Wee Herman was in an X-rated movie theater. I'm just...
Yeah, Mrs. Crocum.
Just saying. I'm just saying.
Theater.
Damn.
He's just saying. Hi, Turbo.
Hang on. Just, I don't know about this one because I don't know that I watched it. But wowie, I gotta put a. Oh, I should fucking screen share it.
Technology whiz.
Yeah. All right. Can you
Whoa.
Oh my god.
Holy crap.
Whoa.
What is going on?
Damn. Step on me. Oh man, looking over her glasses like that, you're in trouble, mister.
Wait, no, look how
You are in trouble.
Look how unnervingly stern.
She makes me so uncomfortable.
This one is just breakfast.
How to make soup for the poor.
Oh my god.
I forgot about that one.
How to make soup for the poor. Get the fuck
They get
out.
a special shitty soup.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So this is the one. This is the one I gotta send y'all. I guess it won't let us watch it all together, right?
Oh, I'm seeing it.
You gotta share the computer audio.
I thought
I heard it.
I could hear it.
Yeah, I could hear it. Yeah.
It's not very long. Maybe.
Fine.
You gotta share a computer.
I ain't going anywhere.
Yo, but before we watch this video, I just want to give a shout out to our sponsor, Tampax. They got a new kind of tampon that lights up so you can see it in the dark. That's why it's called Radiant. It's extra bright, 20 100 watt lumens, and with LED extended brightness radiance. You can see it from 1 mile away.
Yes.
Today, I'm making a batch of traditional mincemeat and some mince pies ready for the Christmas season. For this, you will need ox tongue or leftover Sunday roast,
Shit.
currants,
You have to just see
minced
the
apples,
volume of it.
suet,
This is like maggots.
Do it. That's bird
Raisins.
That was a bunch of Xanax.
Rated
some candied
hardy
peel,
fat for
Candy peel.
2 boiled lemons, and 2 grated lemons,
Yeah. That.
ginger, pounded
Oh.
mace,
Yeah.
nutmeg,
They slowed it down. Her hand.
brandy,
Oh yeah.
Urine.
sherry
Yeah.
or Madeira,
I called the sherry. They like
fine sugar,
Brandy and sherry.
And a pound
Short crust pastry.
She didn't tell you how to make that pastry though.
Lord and Lady Braybrook like traditional mincemeat, so I'm adding an ox
Yeah.
tongue. But you could add leftover Sunday roast or any meat that your budget allows. Nowadays, it's more fashionable not to add meat, but we're very traditional here at Audley End House. Next, the suet. I'm going to add the
man.
raisins.
Fucking do it.
500 Xanax.
And now the currants. As you can see, I'm making a lot. In the lead up to Christmas, the shooting season is very busy, so we'll have a lot of visitors.
How long?
Now it's time for the apples.
Yeah. Yeah. Pour it in there.
Put it in
And
a
the
bucket.
candy peel.
Oh, she already showed
Yeah.
up.
Get all
It's a
that
good job
candy
Sarah
peel
let me
right in
borrow
there.
this large tub from the laundry.
Yeah.
I like all those
And
bells. That is
inside
a rocket,
of the boiled
raucous ride of bells in the background.
Yes, there is.
And the grated lemon peel is really going to give this a wonderful flavour. Add plenty of fine sugar
God damn it. That's
and
like a
2 large
bag
pinches of
sugar.
salt.
You know, it's
And now my favourite bit, the spices.
Oh yeah.
Some ginger, mace,
She's putting like a teaspoon of each of these in for the 9 pounds of fucking
and nutmeg.
Yeah.
There you go.
And finally, add the sherry and brandy.
were all people in Victoria times as beautiful as her?
And now give
The
it a
body
really
yaddy yaddy
good
is
mix.
kind of buck wild.
What? Okay,
I
so
don't know if it's just a quarantine, but she could get it.
is there like a punchline at the end of this or something?
Yeah, a fucking delicious mince pie. Punchline. She's gonna melt that on the
Mary
suet. It's
Ann,
gonna
my
stick it
first
together or
maid,
something.
has made me some short crust
Yeah,
pastry.
Yeah, who needs butter?
I'm going to use these for the mince pies,
Liver.
but you could
Yeah.
use puff pastry if you wanted.
Thing. This is also one where she is much
Now that it's
nicer and
rolled,
less smooth.
I cut out the pieces and lay it in, and
In
it's
the
already
apple
lined to
dumplings
pat it
one,
in.
like the kid who comes, there's like a whole storyline, a nervous kid. brings
Now
her
it's time to
apples,
use
and
your
she's like,
mincemeat.
a huge onion about
Don't
it,
overfill the
and
little
it's really
pies. And for a topping, you can use either pastry, but I prefer meringue icing.
Icing?
Bake in a moderate
Yo, that oven is tight
for
though.
about 15 minutes, but keep an eye on them.
It's a good oven. That's when she's got Christmas cake she bakes in there 6 hours.
Dumbass.
Now they've come out of the oven, I can just put them on the rack to cool.
Also, so
It
this
looks like a
is
fucking
pie.
scab.
Here we have traditional
Also, that's
mince
got
pies.
fucking beets on them there.
With
You just
traditional
put that up. For
Oh,
like,
motherfucker, quit picking that shit. Let it heal. Just let it heal.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
So, sorry.
Oh, I see.
Oh,
All right then, Mrs. Cracombe.
Screen share. Oh shit, there it is. Okay.
What?
Look with that, the screen share thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, are we still streaming?
Yeah, but we should stop. We have said all of it.
Yeah.
We're just showing other YouTube
Definitely
videos
so. We're just like-
on our
That's
thing.
relevant. It was baking. It was British baking. So.
Yeah. It was.
True. Yeah.
Here, I'm popping the Apple one in the chat if you want to watch more. I have watched all of them more than once. I would watch that nasty woman have a whole TV show.
It doesn't seem nasty.
No,
a
in
little
fact,
weird.
this
but-
was dipping a toe in.
Yeah,
She makes disgusting food, and she's weirdly aggressive to all of the people around her.
There's a cumulative effect.
Yeah, what do you do? You're like, that's a historical reenactor. That's not anything. And by the end, you're like, fuck, you really don't want to upset her, I guess.
That's cool. Look at that.
Yeah.
We're both here. Oh, come
Also,
on. The cats like each other more than they like me.
that historical
You're not furry
dress
enough.
really kind of, her rack is bonkers.
Her rack? What?
Sure, her boobs are crazy.
Ooh. Cracums? Crocum.
Yeah, they are. They're like, she's got them like,
Very hot.
they're in a fucking like truss or something. She's all posted.
Yeah, she's definitely wearing some like weird.
Oh, she's wearing like
Yeah, she's got the full deal.
But it really, it's that body, yada yada.
It's working for her. It's working.
It is. It's really working for her. And Ryan, I think you're right. She's exactly as beautiful as all of us were in the Victorian era.
The British, please.
Yeah, I think just like, every time they're like, this is a painting of like the most beautiful woman of the home, and it's sort of like some sort of dumpy woman with a weak chin, and you're like, sure, why not? I guess for y'all, that was probably the best you could
The
do.
Victorian British 10.
Yeah.
Damn.
Can you see that?
Yep.
Can you see Gothic King Cobra?
Yeah.
Oh, this guy.
Yeah, he rules. This is like my favorite. Do you have audio?
No, not yet.
Okay, I don't know what
You have to, when there's a checkbox to share computer audio.
Okay.
When you do the share screen.
I'm just kind of like trying to do it.
Just looking at what this has done to your.
This guy rules. He's like a psycho that lives in Wyoming.
Wait,
Like,
so does he like make?
Whoa,
does he get like?
He makes magic
prepackaged
wands.
food? Does he make like recipes out of prepackaged food that he mixes together or something?
No, he makes like giant concoction shits, but he also has a SD page where he sells magic wands.
Fuck yeah!
Yeah, he's fucking King Cobra JFS. There's his page, but he'll just like live stream for like 4-6 hours straight, and it's just done. But this channel, Bite Size Cobra Vids, is good because he like compiles them all. But he's like one of those guys that's like really concerned with his trolls and his haters, because like people fuck with him a lot because he just sits in like live chat on YouTube, and like people just be like, they'll like order pizzas to his house and shit like that, and he'll get all furious. But he like lives in this tiny apartment by himself because he's on like disability because he claims he's autistic. So, and it's in Cody White.
He's autistic.
He gets disability somehow, but also I think his dad supports him or something. But it's in Cody, Wyoming.
For a while last year, Aaron would just send me these videos unsolicited.
Yeah.
I'm offended that I was not included. Also, that is a Sharpie nail, and I'm so interested and emotionally invested in the hat.
But he also is like, he's like one of those YouTuber, Instagram people that always says like the same intro, or he's like Gothic King Cobra here, like he's like he says your sexy Gothic bad boy, Gothic King Cobra or something like that. He calls himself a sexy Gothic bad boy, but he's like not goth at all. Like he wears like fucking like AC/DC shirts and like he has like an Aussie tattoo on his knuckles and shit like that.
Yeah.
That there's like this whole saga of him getting like done over. He's probably, I think he's had done like 3 or 4 times because it would always fall out because he was like a dishwasher or something, you know. It's so good. And there was like this one time where it was like this actual like goth chick on the internet, like somehow they like started talking to each other. He was like, people were telling him that she was in love with him and she wasn't, and then she was like, "You're gross and you're not a goth." Yeah.
No.
And it was Lottie.
Oh, and one of his other thing, he always talks about his dry spell, because he's had like a couple of like weird girlfriends. Like he went to Job Corps, which is a thing. I don't know if you don't know what Job Corps is. It's like a vocational training center that's like almost like a minimum security prison. Like I don't know if a few people have gone to it, where it's just like if you're like a fuck up in high school or even like post high school, you have like no idea what to do. Like you can go to Job Corps, but you like live there, and like you like learn how to like do cement or like plumbing.
It's like a scary modern Oliver Twist setup.
Yeah, it kind of is, but it's like if you fuck up in Job Corps, you're probably going to jail. You know? Yeah. It's like not as crazy as joining the army, but like, yeah. But yeah, I could go on and on about Gothic King Cobra. I love him.
How do because we now host a cooking adjacent show, we all have to get his fucking apron with the skull with all the.
It's so good.
It's incredible.
Oh, and he has music.
Well,
like he's a musician.
What's that?
Like he's a musician.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He plays the guitar. He plays electric guitar, of course. Yeah. And like, yeah, and has like a couple of albums.
a couple of albums.
Yeah. Fucking Door knows someone that put the tapes out, and he was like, it was like, oh, we both love Gothic King Cobra. And he's like, yeah, I'd like to fly him to Baltimore sometime. I get at the play a show or something.
I need to meet him.
Just like fly Gothic King Cobra to Baltimore.
Would you like hang out with him for a day?
Yeah, I would, I guess, but like, yeah.
I like that it was fuck yeah, I would. I guess.
Like, I'd like to meet him, but it's like I wouldn't want to be like stuck in a room with him.
That's the thing.
You know, where it's like hang out, where it's like, yeah, if I like saw him at a show, it'd be cool because you could just walk away. But if it was like I was just like hanging out in a house with like 2 other people,
I feel like
I don't care.
And then one of them went to the bathroom.
He talks like this.
Like you might walk away, but the conversation.
Starstruck. Yeah.
Because. Ryan's really having a lot of fun with these special effects.
Like that special effect? Like the getting close and getting far away special effect?
I can never tell if it's passive aggressive conversation that we're having.
Yeah, this
That's
is
a good
Ryan
one.
Ford.
Yeah, like.
Oh yeah.
Ryan, what do you want to talk about? Do you not want to be on the call anymore?
He just wants us to look at his mouth.
All right, everybody, Miss Thing needs attention.
Yeah.
I have to pee real bad.
Okay.
Always.
Yeah.
Well, I
This ain't 3rd grade, baby.
Damn.
well, I'm gonna.
Look at that.
I'm gonna
that's
go.
The I didn't have the
Okay.
chat open before. Wait. So if we have the chat, does that mean like we can send text messages back and forth to each other in addition to?
Yes.
Whoa. Whoa. So you can like talk behind someone's back in a Zoom meeting.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but be careful.
Right. Oh man, I sent it to everyone instead of Doris.
Very fucking easy to do that. I've had so many things where I sent a thing to a person and the person responded to the room.
Oh shit.
It's never
Be like,
really
she is a
bad, but
bitch.
It's so weird, like, it's definitely a thing where, like, you know, they're clearly answering something.
Yeah.
So. All right. Well.
All right, one more time.
Damn! Jeffrey Tubin? At least Pee Wee Herman was in an X-rated movie theater. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
Another thing about this that I love, that I don't know if we've addressed, is that, like, that's his reference, because he was in jail for so long. That he's like, oh yeah, Pee-wee in the theater.
That's the most recent up-to-date of the moment.
Wait, he wasn't in. How long?
Think
was
of
he in
all
jail
the
for?
other sex crimes that have happened.
Oh, billions. billions of other sex crimes have happened.
Yeah, but no one. I mean, he could have said like Louis C.K. or something like that.
I mean, yeah, I guess he was.
Or no, because Pee Wee Herman got fucking that was dumb. Like,
Yeah.
there's a backstory to that. I think, because that happened in his hometown, and it like when he was like back home visiting for the holidays or some shit, and it was someone on the police force that had a grudge against him. He's like, I'm gonna get that motherfucker, and like I think that's
Yeah,
there's a story like that.
That's the most sensible.
Yeah, because like if you, I mean, like they're not that much of a thing anymore. But yeah, people jack off in fucking X-rated movies.
Yeah, he's
Why
been
they're there.
vindicated
What
for
happened?
like at least the past decade. Everyone's been like, that was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's the whole reason why it exists.
You jack off there at least.
Yeah, like
You might get your dick sucked.
I am a huge Pee Wee fan, and I've always thought that it was fucking stupid as shit that everybody fucking turned double-crossed Paul Rubens for doing.
Wait, you know he got fucking in trouble for having indecent material. It was like some like vintage photo. He like collects pornography.
Yeah.
And yeah, he had like some like Victorian pictures of like naked kids, and got busted for that.
Man, the guy can't get a break, right? Like,
No, he didn't even have legit child pornography.
Right. I think
at least that they found.
Yeah, Fred Willard got slammed for being in a movie theater too. At some point, I mean, you know, he died.
that was kind of recent,
Whoa.
right? Or,
It was a few years ago, but yeah, and I don't know. It's just like, why leave these poor men alone? They just want to watch.
Yeah,
bust.
if you catch them, you're sketchy.
Just let me bust. Just let me bust.
Well, Paul Rubens' thing was pre.
Yeah, I guess that was.
So that was
in the
also like they
90s.
were like, yeah, like what?
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Who's the worst guy to be? The guy that's like, I guess I'm gonna go jerk off at the porno movie theater, or the guy who's like, I'm gonna go to the porno movie theater and catch dudes jerking off and put them in jail.
yeah, that's actually more perverted.
It's way more perverted.
Because going to a place to watch porn and jerk off isn't that perverted, because that's what porn is for.
And
yeah,
like
it's normal.
yeah, and it's at this movie theater that everyone else is afraid to go to, so it's safe, you know. Like no,
Yeah, it's like a wound that cleans itself.
Yeah, I mean, people don't go there specifically because it's a theater where people are jerking.
Yeah, you know exactly. It's a self-regulating system.
Yeah, children aren't gonna go
Like
there.
see fucking Ice Age 3 or whatever. Like, know what you're getting into. So there's no, I don't know. I've always thought that was the fucking stupidest shit.
Ice Age 3.
it is.
The icing.
It is.
Or the aging.
And you know
Age
what?
3.
The world is a big place, and I'm sure more than one person has jacked off to Ice Age 3.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Especially these days.
Scratch.
Yeah. I don't even. Yeah, that's the one with like the sloth.
Just a nasty CG prehistoric humanoid animal. Or no, I guess
Not even really
not
humanoid.
even humanoid. Just sort of
Anthropomorphized.
light
Lightly anthropomorphized. Yeah.
with Ray Romano's voice. That's the thing.
Oh,
That's where
yeah.
you get it.
I love that Romano.
That's what makes you a perv, is if you
Like Ray
jerk
Romano.
off to what Ray Romano related.
That's a past
That's
that.
That's
Yeah.
Then you're fine.
that is perverse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're into Ray Romano.
Beyond the Ken.
All right, let's let Ryan
We
pee.
good?
I'm a horseshoe crab now.
That's weird.
You're something.
All right.
All right, y'all.
Goodbye.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.